Stage 4, the discovery of order, the molding of chaos. This stage introduces three foundational principles. Time, not as a clock, but as sequential unfolding. Before this, existence was simultaneous. Now there is before and after. Spatial awareness. Directionality begins. Up, down, in, out, near, far. Without this, interaction is impossible. Containment. Form begins. Spirit needs form, and form needs rhythm to evolve. It is not enough to exist. You must become something. After the passionate descent into matter in stage 3, the elemental children, fire, water, air, and earth, exist, but without arrangement. They are raw potentials, restless and untamed, like ingredients spilled across a cosmic floor. Fire flares without purpose, burning but not illuminating. Water surges without form, flooding but not nurturing. Air moves in all directions, carrying no rhythm, no breath. Earth lies heavy, a dense mass without shape or promise. Together they are vibrant yet chaotic, a chorus without harmony, a body without bones. Each element strains against the others, not in malice but in ignorance of its role. They are children unknowing of their purpose, waiting for a guiding hand to teach them order, to weave their powers into a living pattern. At this stage, Ramasedi, the primal awareness that emanated and polarized into Ma, form, and Seti, force, confronts the swirling chaos birthed in stage 3. The raw elements, fire, air, water, and earth, exist, but they are restless without structure, without hierarchy, without rhythm. They churn like an untamed orchestra, each voice loud but without harmony. They crash and recoil, expanding and collapsing, their potentials clashing in endless repetition. Fire flares without boundary, air whirls without direction, water floods without container, earth drifts without weight or shape. They are present, but they are not yet meaningful. They are powers without purpose, seeds without soil, the scattered syllables of a cosmic language awaiting syntax. And it is here that Ramasedi beholds necessity, that creation cannot endure in chaos, that essence must be shaped into order, that potential must be bound into rhythm. Here the divine intelligence begins to awaken to the first flickers of order. It sees that within the swirling storm of elements, not all motion is meaningless. Some currents repeat, some flows return upon themselves, some sparks illuminate more than others. The difference between accident and rhythm becomes perceptible. This is the dawn of cognition within spirit, the recognition that chaos is not emptiness, but pregnant potential, a womb of countless forms not yet called into being. Noise begins to reveal hidden harmonies, and the divine perceives that fire, air, water, and earth are not just random fragments, but letters of a sacred alphabet awaiting arrangement. At this threshold, Ramasedi chooses not to annihilate chaos, for chaos is not evil. It is untrained abundance. It is the river without banks, the song without a measure, the clay before the potter's hand. Thus emerges a principle. Chaos is not to be feared, but to be guided, instructed, and woven into rhythm. It is raw spirit, overflowing with possibility, awaiting the breath of law to sculpt it into cosmos. Order is born not out of control, but out of harmony. It is not the domination of chaos, nor the suppression of wildness, but the recognition that every force carries its own song. To order is to tune these voices into a choir. In this moment, Ramasedi begins to lay down the first laws, not laws of punishment, but laws of balance. The law of containment, which teaches that fire must be given a hearth, water a vessel, air a sky, earth a foundation. The law of proportion, where no element may consume the others, but each must find its measure. The law of rhythm, which gives pulse to motion, allowing tides to ebb and flow, seasons to turn, breath to rise and fall. The law of spatial orientation, where above and below, within and without, near and far, are distinguished, granting direction to existence. These are not commandments imposed from outside, but principles whispered from within the elements themselves, called forth by the attention of Ramasedi. Order is the listening ear of spirit, discovering that matter already yearns for form, already longs to be gathered into meaning. This is where space gains direction, no longer an endless, formless void, but differentiated into above and below, inner and outer, here and there. Direction itself becomes meaningful, allowing relation and orientation. Time begins to flow as rhythm, not yet as measured hours, but as pulses, cycles, and seasons. The first beat of recurrence is struck, the rising and falling, the ebb and return. Time is born as the memory of movement. Energy submits to form, not by suppression, but by guidance. Flame, wind, and current are not extinguished. They are given pathways. The wild torrent learns to flow as river, the fire learns to burn with steadiness, the wind begins to move with seasonal purpose. This is not domination, but coordination, not the breaking of chaos, but its channeling. Ramasedi does not silence chaos. Ramasedi listens to its voice and draws out its hidden order. Just as a sculptor gazes upon rough stone and discerns a figure waiting within, Ramasedi beholds chaos and perceives cosmos concealed inside it. The act of shaping is not invention but revelation, the uncovering of form already whispered within the formless. Thus begins the molding of chaos into a symphonic structure, raw energy tuned into resonance, direction inscribed upon space, rhythm embedded in time. In this sacred orchestration, chaos becomes the instrument and Ramasedi the conductor. In human experience, stage 4 mirrors the moment a person begins to seek purpose, to organize their inner chaos, to structure emotions, thoughts, or surroundings. It's the archetype of the builder, the gardener, or the designer, who recognizes that beauty emerges when form and force collaborate intentionally. Creation needs structure. Chaos is not failure. It is undirected potential, the fertile ground of becoming. It is the womb in which all possibilities dwell, but without shaping, it cannot give birth. Raw energy, swirling elements, uncontained movement. These are not flaws in the cosmos, but the vibrant excess of life in its primordial state. They are abundance without boundary, power without purpose. They are the clay before the sculptor's hand, the uncut stone before the chisel, the untuned instrument before the first note is played. Chaos, therefore, is not an enemy of creation, but its first and most vital partner. It provides the infinite material from which all form can emerge. Yet left to itself, it overwhelms. It is a flood with no channel, a fire with no hearth, a sky with no stars to guide. Without direction, order, and pattern, its brilliance dissolves into noise. Its power disperses into meaninglessness. Thus, the birth of order is not the destruction of chaos, but its awakening, the recognition that potential longs for proportion, that energy seeks rhythm, that matter desires form. Here, Ramasedi teaches that creation requires not just force, but alignment, not just movement, but coherence, not just abundance, but purpose. In this moment, Ramasedi recognizes a new universal truth. Power without order is self-consuming. To make this clear, let's use a relatable example. Think of a messy room. Clothes scattered, dishes unwashed, books in disarray. The room still functions as a room, just as the early Earth still existed. But something feels off. You may not notice the chaos at first, until one day you walk in and feel overwhelmed. The mess begins to reflect back to you, your own mental or emotional state. That's when it hits you. This space needs order. You begin to clean, not out of obligation, but because something within you seeks harmony. That realization is the essence of stage 4. It is not just aesthetic, it's metaphysical. It reflects an awakening within consciousness. The external environment must mirror the internal awareness. Just like you recognize your messy room and initiate order, sweeping, organizing, folding, so does Ramasedi begin the process of organizing creation. This is not done for control, but for coherence. For elements to interact meaningfully, there must be boundaries, placement, rhythm, and timing. Order, at this stage, is not yet civilization. It's pre-pattern, proto-mathematics, and pre-geometry. It's not rules, it's rhythm. It's not obedience, it's resonance. Only two of the elements demand structure in this stage. Water, because it flows and expands without direction unless shaped. Earth, because it is solid and dense but formless unless molded. Ramasedi begins to work with containment, shaping space itself so that elements can hold, relate, and sustain. Air and fire require movement and spark, but earth and water need borders, gravity, curves, and form. What Ramasedi does in this stage, primordial tasks. These are the actions or gestures that Ramasedi performs in the fourth stage. Archetypal symbolic tasks that make order possible, separates the waters above from below. Chaos becomes tiered. There is now a sky and a sea. Hollows out space from raw material, a sphere is formed. An embryonic planet with internal gravity. Sets boundaries. Continents and oceans begin to be distinguished, even if not yet visible. Introduces rhythm time as a cycle. Rotation. Repetition. Not yet days, but the principle of recurrence. Breathes stillness into matter. Where previously all was in chaotic flux, certain parts now rest, hold, and stabilize. Earth becomes ground. From elemental chaos to celestial harmony. After Ramasedi completes the primordial tasks, separating the waters, hollowing out space, setting boundaries, introducing rhythm, and pressing stillness into matter, a solar system emerges as the first complete expression of cosmic order within the galaxy is made up by planets.
Our solar system is one of over 500 known solar systems in the entire Milky Way galaxy. The solar system came into being about 4.5 billion years ago when a cloud of interstellar gas and dust collapsed, resulting in a solar nebula, a swirling disk of material that collided to form the solar system. The solar system is located in the Milky Way's Orion star cluster. Only 15% of stars in the galaxy host planetary systems, and one of those stars is our own Sun. Revolving around the Sun are 8 planets. The planets are divided into 2 categories based on their composition: terrestrial and Jovian. Terrestrial planets, including Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are primarily made of rocky material. Their surfaces are solid, they don't have ring systems, they have very few or no moons, and they are relatively small. The smallest and closest to the Sun is Mercury, which has the shortest orbit in the solar system at about 3 Earth months. Venus is the hottest planet, with temperatures of up to 867 degrees Fahrenheit due to an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and extensive lava flows. Next to this world of fire is a world of water, Earth. The water systems on this planet help create the only known environment in the universe capable of sustaining life. The last of the terrestrial planets, Mars, might have also supported life about 3.7 billion years ago, when the planet had a watery surface and moist atmosphere. Beyond the 4 terrestrial planets of the inner solar system lie the Jovian planets of the outer solar system. The Jovian planets include gas giants Jupiter and Saturn and ice giants Uranus and Neptune. The gas giants are predominantly made of helium and hydrogen, and the ice giants also contain rock, ice, and a liquid mixture of water, methane, and ammonia. All 4 Jovian planets have multiple moons, sport ring systems, have no solid surface, and are immense. The largest Jovian is also the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter. Nearby is Saturn, the solar system's second largest planet. Its signature rings are wide enough to fit between Earth and the Moon, but are barely a kilometer thick. Past Saturn are the ice giants Uranus and Neptune. The slightly bigger of these ice giants, Uranus, is famous for rotating on its side. Next to Uranus is Neptune, the outermost planet in the solar system and also one of the coldest. Orbiting the terrestrial planets is the asteroid belt, a flat disk of rocky objects full of remnants from the solar system's formation, from microscopic dust particles to the largest known object, the dwarf planet Ceres. Another disk of space debris lies much further out and orbits the Jovian planets, the icy Kuiper Belt. Apart from asteroids, the Kuiper Belt is also home to dwarf planets such as Pluto and is the birthplace of many comets. Beyond the Kuiper Belt is the Oort cloud, a vast spherical collection of icy debris. It is considered the edge of the solar system since that is where the gravitational and physical influences of the Sun end. Our solar system's particular configuration of planets and other celestial objects, all revolving around a life-giving star, make it a special place to call home.
This was no accident. Each task led to a new principle being locked into place, and the final outcome was a dynamic architecture of rotating bodies governed by harmony, distance, timing, and containment. When Ramasedi turned toward the chaos of formless Earth, it was not yet Earth as we know it. It was landmassness. Dense, primordial substance without shape, floating without containment. This formless mass was not meaningless. It was pregnant with order, yet unexpressed. Here, Ma, form, and Seti, force, began their great work of ordering. Together they pressed, separated, and molded these masses, not into trees or rivers yet, but into cohesive bodies that could endure. The act of order gave birth to multiple presences of solidity. Each was carved out of the undifferentiated earth stuff, given its own wholeness, its own body. But wholeness alone was not enough. Without coordination, they would collide, drift endlessly, or collapse back into chaos. And so Ramasedi established a deeper law. These bodies must move together, not in conflict, but in harmony. Each body was given rotation, so it might know itself in movement, turning upon its own being. Spacing, a sacred distance, so none would devour another, and each could hold its own domain. Containment, boundaries unseen yet binding, ensuring their paths were curved but never colliding. Thus the first system was born, not of light, for the sun was not yet enthroned, but of relationship. The many became one through harmony. The scattered land masses became a collective dance, rotating and orbiting in silent agreement. This was the first solar system, though no sun yet shone at its center. It was the first architecture of coherence, the temple of order, in which chaos learned to move without destroying itself. Not yet measured in time, for time requires light, but already patterned in space. This was not merely physical arrangement. It was sacred choreography, the first geometry of the cosmos. Here, landmasses are molded, not yet teeming with life, but shaped into a balanced sphere of mass and water. The solar system is formed not as a final destination, but as a cosmic clock, a sacred architecture where rhythm, orbit, and polarity begin to guide experience. In stage 3, there was raw elements, fire, water, earth, air, still chaotic, intermingling, unformed. Stage 4 is where Ramasedi begins to say, let this go here, that go there. Let them follow this rhythm, repeat at this time, hold this shape. This is when the architecture of reality begins to emerge, like divine urban planning. Imagine building a garden. You have soil, earth, sun, fire, air, and water. You can throw seeds in and hope, but the moment you build beds, schedule watering, put fences, and plan for seasons, you've introduced time, spatial awareness, and containment. You're not limiting nature, you're guiding it to flourish. That's stage 4. When consciousness stops reacting and begins designing, stage 4 begins not with a new act of creation, but with a realization, a profound inner knowing within Ramasedi. Power without form is potential unexpressed. Chaos is not the opposite of creation, it is the womb before intention. Now imagine this not just cosmically, but personally. Think of your room. Your room is still a room whether it's clean or messy. But when it's messy, it's hard to move, hard to focus. You don't feel settled. And yet that mess isn't a flaw, it's just untamed. The moment you look at the chaos and realize this needs to be cleaned, you've just crossed into stage 4 consciousness. You've recognized the need for order, the need to reshape your environment to serve your well-being. In that simple decision to clean, you aren't just picking things up. You are creating meaning. You are imposing a pattern onto potential. You're turning chaos into clarity. This is exactly what Ramasedi did on a universal scale. The Earth in this stage is like that messy room. It existed, but it was not yet a home. Through intention, Ramasedi began to shape the elements, not with trees or life yet, but with balance. Water found its place, land formed mass. Space was arranged into an emerging solar system, a stage, a container, a structure within which life could one day perform its sacred dance. Stage 4 is the blueprint phase. It's not creation in the sense of making something new. It's the realization that what's already here must now be aligned. Because without order, love has nowhere to land. So when you sweep the floor, make your bed, or arrange your life into something that reflects your inner clarity, you are participating in stage 4. You are echoing the ancient memory of the first time Spirit looked at chaos and said, "Let's make this livable."